I'm ready. I'm ready. Are you ready? Are you ready?
So ready.
Ready!
That was loud.
Hello! And welcome to the D3 podcast!
Relax, you're gonna bust it.
It's Nintendo time!
I just want a quick TLDR.
I'm not looking.
See that? See what that says? I'm not looking. See that? Nintendo wins.
Oh, is that what you wrote? I thought you give your grade. I didn't want to give your grade.
You can't see the grade. It's covered.
Oh, good.
Nintendo wins
with 3 exclamation marks.
Nintendo wins.
Wow. Sorry. So, last show of E3.
Wow.
Last conference is Nintendo.
So I find it funny, right? Microsoft started with an amazing conference.
Yeah, they really did.
And then Nintendo ends it with an even more amazing conference direct.
We did a very good job, so we had to watch this later.
Yeah.
We did a very good job. Nothing got spoiled for us.
No.
Very good. And the only thing I had seen on the online was a couple things that were like, Square Enix and Nintendo are probably my 2 favorites, or Microsoft or whatever. I'm coming out this with way more energy than I was planning. Yeah. I was expecting to come out here like, that was a good show. I am hyped!
Yep.
Alright! I gotta change the thumbnail to write like, holy shit on it or something. And I gotta censor it a little bit.
In hiragana.
Why?
Because...
just because I wrote Nintendo in hiragana. I gotta keep it going or I'm gonna forget it!
Wow.
Alright.
So we start off with a Smash character. Which...
Yes.
Normally is like... Yeah, I mean, you're adding a character to a game. So, like, pulling back, like, the hype for Nintendo. Yeah, it's just a character announcement. But Smash is obviously a great game.
It's a big game, yeah.
So we're getting... promptly named The Hero... from Dragon Quest, but they didn't say like Dragon Quest XI. They showed the Dragon Quest XI hero.
Yeah.
But then the trailer goes on to show all the heroes from all the previous Dragon Quest games.
Well, the ones I don't remember one of them, but of the 4 they showed, there is Dragon Quest 1,
8,
11, and I don't remember the last one.
I don't know
what number he's from. But there's those, and then his Smash has like all of them in it, kind of like the Mega Man kind of.
Yeah,
Smash.
I'm assuming those are just like alternate costumes, unless they're gonna add 3 echoes. That'd be kind of neato.
They could. I mean, they all play relatively the same. They showed them all play, all 4 of these different heroes from Dragon Quest play. They're all the same, and they look like a really cool mix between Link and Robin,
which is awesome.
Really cool. So kind of get the magic going on, but the hard swings that like Link has when he overcuts.
He looked cool. He looked really, really fun.
Yeah.
And then. Literally following that, we get...
Oh, yes. I was going to say, do you want to just bulk in the 2 Smash Brothers characters? Just put them both together.
Do we? Or do...
Yeah, let's put them together.
Okay.
We're going to have enough excitement for the end anyway.
Yeah.
So...
So, let me just start with this, right? When Cloud got announced for Smash Brothers for Wii U, that was kind of like all hands on deck. We can basically ask for almost anyone.
Pretty much anything. Well, I think I would even argue maybe even before then was Snake. Once Snake got introduced in Brawl, it was a definite like, okay, we're gonna go outside Nintendo.
Yeah, but I think at that point it was still a little more fresh because Konami and Hideo Kojima had the partnership with Nintendo to release those Metal Gear Solid games on the GameCube. So I think that's a little more akin to that. I think the Cloud thing matters a little more only because of what Square is and how stingy they are with putting their characters in literally anything other than Square.
That's fair.
Related.
That's fair.
Basically anything other than Dissidia.
Yeah, which is there anyway.
Basically there's always been like a top 3 characters people always want to see in Smash. Number 1 will always be Geno.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to say it's probably never going to happen.
No, now it's never going to happen because he has a Mii Fighter costume.
Yeah.
Never happening now.
Number 2 was Cloud. We got Cloud.
Screw you, it was Lloyd.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Well, it's only Lloyd definitely now because Cloud's in it. But Lloyd's from Tales of Symphonia.
And number 3 is who our next Smash character is. Oh, Chaz can attest to how loud and hype and...
It was loud.
Dude, the build-up for the trailer, the reveal...
The little nod at the beginning that I didn't catch the first time around.
Until we watched it the second time?
Yeah.
It's fucking Banjo-Kazooie. Like,
it's really
Banjo-Kazooie
cool.
in fucking Super Smash Brothers.
I am hyped for that. I really hyped for that.
Oh my god, dude.
And his gameplay is goofy It's weird.
They look
It's so funny.
Like, aesthetic-wise, they look so good.
Oh, they look great.
Can we get another banjo?
Please.
What the
Oh, it looks so good. And the way he plays, the kind of goofiness to it, the shooting the eggs, the ramming out with Kazooie, the way he punches is so odd.
Oh,
He is so strange.
He's clumsy. He's just a big old bear. He just.
But I just love.
Oh
I love that like he came down. They had a nice fake out with Duck Hunt, where Duck Hunt was dressed as Banjo-Kazooie.
Probably my favorite part of that trailer is Donkey Kong, Diddy, and K. Rool cheering.
Yeah,
because they have another Rareware representative.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
That's
okay.
awesome.
So,
that's really cool.
So after Dragon Quest, we actually get a pretty extensive look at Luigi's Mansion 3. I'll be honest. I'm actually really excited for Luigi's Mansion 3.
It looked neat. My biggest thing is I'm glad they're adding new gameplay mechanics. So I wrote down some of them. It's called the Poltergust Goo. Or G00, whatever it was. Yeah, so there's a new slam mechanic to like grab them and beat the crap out of the ghosts.
Yeah.
There's a like plunger shot where you can like hit the ghosts or things and pull them off and use them as weapons.
Open up doorways, secret passages.
There's like a burst AoE that totally looks like a fart. But he basically just like Wario farts off the ground and it like stuns the ghosts around him and pushes them away. Yeah. And then there's also a new mechanic called Gooigi.
Yeah.
Which is essentially it's kind of like, think of like Metal Mario mechanics in the Mario games where you would be like Metal Mario to go over spikes or to go through things that would normally be hazardous. It's basically that. But the really cool thing about it
that I didn't see coming.
Yeah, is also that it acts as a catalyst for multiplayer.
So there's like, you can play this game co-op.
Yeah. It's one person's Luigi, one person's Gooigi.
Yeah, which is, that's fucking great. That's neat. That's awesome.
Because the thing with Luigi's Mansion is just, it's a cool idea, great premise, awesome gameplay, but it's been so identical, it gets boring after a little while.
Yeah.
And between like 1 and 2, you're like, all right, cool. By the end of 2, you're like, is this all we're ever going to get, unfortunately?
Yeah.
It's great, they're fun, but they're nothing to get
I'm
like hyped about.
glad they took time from the second one to this one.
Yeah, because the second one, people were already getting fatigued.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. The other thing they announced for it was they showed this Scare Scraper multiplayer mode, which is you go in either they think they said online. It looked like there was a lot of Gooigi's and Luigi's.
They said it's all online and local.
Which basically it's kind of just like a tower challenge.
Yeah.
You go up a skyscraper, a scare scraper, and fight ghosts, ghosts and bosses. With your friendos or non-friendos, if you're a masochist.
Your friends are your neighbors that you want to beat.
Dad. What?
Or your dad you want to beat?
Shut up. So that looked kind of fun. Overall, like Luigi's Mansion looks cool enough to where I'll buy it.
Yeah,
I'll probably buy it.
It does look neat.
And it comes out later this year, 2019. They didn't give like an exact date.
I'm gonna guess it's December. They like to do December releases.
Yeah.
For anything that's like unannounced.
Unless it's like the rest of this list, which comes out like
in September,
either this month, next month, or September.
Yeah. They have a lot coming out in September, by the way. A lot.
I'm
almost worried that I wonder if they're gonna like kind of cannibalize themselves a little bit in September. They have a lot coming out then.
So next game was a game based off of a really niche TV show or movie, I think it is. Dark Crystal, which recently came back to Netflix, or Hulu, one of the
Netflix.
Two. Okay. It's getting a tactics style game.
Yeah. Which I mean, honestly, kind of most of the time then you're like, oh, okay, I know what I'm getting myself into for the most part. One little thing they didn't notice, or I did notice that they showed, which is pretty cool, is it looks like there's like some environmental aspects of it. Like at one point, it shows like a dude use was it like a bomb or something, or a big arrow to like hit a tower this guy is standing next to, and the tower actually falls over on the square next to the guy and it shatters. And then there's another one where like it's knocked off a cliff and it looks like he takes damage on the hit and then takes damage also on the land.
Yeah.
So environmental gameplay looks like way more of a factor than most tactics games,
awesome.
Which is really cool. I think that's something tactics games don't typically take advantage of.
I think if you have a Switch and you're a fan of tactics, it probably won't be a bad thing to pick up. I don't know if it's going to be a full $60 release.
We'll see. They didn't show much.
It says it's coming out 2019. I'm assuming, again, probably holiday season. But again, you got a Switch and you like tactics stuff. Why not? Fuck
Yeah,
it.
I agree.
Next thing, we get into a Zelda game. We get into the Link's Awakening remake.
Yep.
First off, this is my first time I can vocalize my opinion about this on the internet. Thanks for your channel, by the way. You all who think the new art style sucks, you're fucking stupid, and your mom hates you.
Can't confirm your mom hates you. She emailed me.
Brother.
Along with the pics.
He's your new dad.
Love you, son and daughter.
They hate the art style.
Yeah, I love them. I want to show them the love of the art style.
Back of your hand?
Yeah.
So, we knew kind of what we were going to get. They showed more gameplay or whatever, and it looks Link's Awakening. It's a modernized version of the GameCube or Game Boy aesthetic.
You're about 15 years off.
Of the Game Boy aesthetic, and it looks really good. It looks fun. And then they threw a curveball,
which they've done a couple times, or they do a couple times through this.
It has a new mode, which I kind of like that it was put into this remake, not to just make it like, yeah, this is another remake. This one actually has a thing. I'm not sure how far it'll go, how much interest there will be, but from what they showed, it at least looks fun enough, especially if you can upload them to Nintendo Online and play other people's.
Yeah.
So they added a dungeon maker, and they showed a very basic template. So basically you get like a grid structure with a template, and it gives you
basically tile pieces that will be like
your dungeon rooms.
There's mobs here, or there's a
chest
here,
puzzle.
Something here. The only thing so what we don't know is what capacity this game mode comes in.
Yeah.
So is this a game mode that is more akin to, say, Mario Maker, where you can build it and then send it off to people? Or is this like an actual gameplay mechanic where you will build your own dungeons, and depending on how you build them or how you conquer them, you will get things out of it? Because they do show that you get a bottle out of it.
Yeah.
And my only worry is that if it's just like a simple... If it's something that, like, oh, you have to beat other people's stuff for, and then to get a bottle, some people might get turned off by that. So I don't know. They didn't show really beyond what it was at its core.
However,
its face value is cool looking.
Zelda fans will probably appreciate it if you can play other people's dungeons, because that just means more dungeons.
I think it's cool. I do think it's cool.
And we get a release date. Again, September theme. 9/20, 2019. So
what they say about 9/20, right?
Graze it.
9/20. Got him. Got him. I think I'm stupid.
So after that, we get the announcement of a Mana game,
which I didn't know is a 3D remaster of a Japanese only ever Mana game. So called Trials of Mana.
It looks like a JRPG.
If you don't know what the Mana games are, actually the formula that's very inspired. I said this name of this franchise so many times this week. It's very Ys inspired, or I don't remember which one came first, the original Mana or Final Fantasy Adventure or Ys. I think Final Fantasy Adventure.
I think Final Fantasy Adventure.
But anyway, it's more of like a real-time hack and slash JRPG where it's solo play for the most part. And But yeah, anyway, so that's the Mana game. But anyway, so it's called Trials of Mana, and they also will be, I don't know if it's coming with it or if it's separate piece. There's also a thing that's being released called the Collection of Mana.
Today.
Yes, which is out. So,
it comes with the original Trials of Mana, Secret of Mana, and what was
Final Fantasy Adventure.
Yeah. Which is really cool.
It is really neat.
That's amazing.
Nice little thing, hey.
There's a couple things in here that they show, and they're like, oh, by the way, here's this other thing out today.
Random, yeah.
So, yeah, that was really cool. A lot of Mana games. You know, we're getting 3 RPGs and then 1 remake, but it's 4 great RPGs.
And also, it's the original Secret of Mana in the collection. Thank God it's not the remake.
Not the shitty
remake. Thank God.
So, right after that, we get Geralt.
Yep.
So, The Witcher 3 is making its way to Nintendo Switch, which has always been a rumor. We were just wondering when it was going to happen.
It is the full collection, so it'll come with Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine.
Which
Blood and Wine is the greatest piece of DLC content ever created by mankind. Probably right next to Frozen Throne and Lord of Destruction for Diablo and Warcraft.
Yeah, probably. But that's just says 2019. We didn't get a release date for that.
Yep.
Probably one of the biggest surprises as far as release dates is actually this next one. We get another trailer for Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Yep.
A lot
It's all a story-based trailer.
shorter clips. It's a long trailer with shorter clips, but a little more as far as tone for how the trailers happen. It's a little more mature and kind of shows maybe where the story's going.
So it starts kind of more mature, like dark, bad things are happening, shit's going down, everything's wrong. And then it twists into your very stereotypical Japanese role-playing game plot.
Yeah.
I wrote down some key words Japan loves to use: friendship, darkness, and heart. I don't know why they use those in everything.
Kingdom Hearts?
That's what it. Well, that's yeah.
Oh no, Fire Emblem. My bad.
But it turns like really cheesy. But to be fair, it's part of the appeal as well. But it's Fire Emblem. We know what we kind of known a lot about this game. But we didn't know was the release date.
Yeah, and I hope you're ready for it to come out next month, July 26th.
It's like a month and a week out.
Yeah,
That's crazy. I'm really excited. I actually am really looking forward to this game. That's really exciting news to get.
Yeah, for real. Like, get your Switches ready.
Please.
So the next thing is that it's funny, right? I look at all this, and it's almost back to back are the two things I cared the least about, but even then are still pretty cool that they're coming to Switch at least. So next was we got announcements of more Resident Evil games coming to Switch. Unfortunately, we're starting to now release the ones that are people aren't so fond of.
So 6 is pretty notoriously not liked.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
5 is very divisive to some people.
And 5, yeah, it's either a real love or real hate.
I think when you're playing it co-op, it's fun.
It's a fun game, I agree. So,
overall, it's
let's just be honest, BioShock Infinite just did the co-op companion, or the non-co-op companion, way better.
Much better. But they're coming out fall 2019, Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 6. If you like Resident Evil, you're going to get them.
Yep.
So, I like Resident Evil, and I'm not getting them, but that's because I have morals. So,
pew, 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 pew! Shots fired!
Talk about another hype moment, right? Fucking Travis touchdown. We're getting a brand new No More Heroes game.
That's pretty awesome.
No More Heroes 1, amazing. No More Heroes 2, it's pretty good.
You know what it was? It was this, my guess at when I had made the comment, this is giving me a No More Hero vibe, it was strictly that I was like, this guy seems like a douche. And he's kind of funny. And suddenly he's getting out of bed. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then he's just suddenly in a mech suit. And I'm like, this is so stupid. It reminds me of No More Heroes. That was my thought process. And it was.
I know.
It got me. It got me.
But I'm really hyped. I really like No More Heroes. So that's really cool.
They didn't show too much, but all they really showed was that I forget her name, but one of the key is I don't want to say antagonist, but his key chick he plays off of all the time. Yeah. He's in the game, definitely. She calls him at the end. And also the one thing we do know about the combat looks smooth, by the way, but they also are keeping, and I'm not sure into what capacity this will be, but they're keeping the kind of motion control combo finishers from the original games.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious to see how that's going to work with the Switch, because you don't need to use the nunchuck controls. Is it just going to be a simple you hit it with the joystick, which still would be fine, I think, for most people.
Yeah.
But interesting that they're still keeping that mechanic there.
I know we got a release year. We got 2020. We didn't get a date, which kind of sucks. But we're getting a No More Heroes. I'm fucking hyped. The next thing is the other thing along with Resident Evil. I wasn't crazy hype about, mainly because visually it kind of looked like crap. And it was really throwing me off.
This is not. If you would tell me this is the franchise you're getting, new announcement for this franchise, this is nowhere near what my thought would be.
Yeah, so we're getting a new Contra game in September.
Throw out, if you didn't watch this, if you're watching this as your first for the viewing, throw out your initial ideas, all of them. All of them. And your 10th down, and your 11th and 15th and 434th down.
They're all wrong.
It's crazy.
And if you're hoping it looked good, it doesn't.
It's just the art style seems strange. You know what it reminds me of? You remember that old Ghostbusters live arcade game? It looks cartoony with a really weird gritty appeal to it as well. It's kind of like that. It's cartoony in the sense, you know what it's like? It's like they were trying to go for Metal Slug, but still make it cute while keeping it gritty.
And then make it 3D.
Yeah, it just felt really strange. It looks like a like a gauntlet style co-op game, but it's a shooter.
Yeah.
So I mean, the gameplay could be fun. It is local and online co-op.
Yeah, it's coming out September 2019. I mean,
the more interesting part of this announcement, honestly, is the fact that there's a Contra collection coming out, which has like 4 of them. Like, it looks like the first 4.
It has. I thought it had more than 4.
It might have. But it's got quite a few Contra games in the collection that are coming out. That honestly excited me more.
I think that came out today. I think that's...
Yeah, that's another one of those. So I'm not trying to diss on Contra. It just was strange. I don't know how to feel. I really don't know how to feel. It didn't grab me. Let me just say that.
So next
hopefully
one,
it's good.
This next one, I'm glad we actually finally got a release date on, because I said it during the Direct.
Yeah. This
is now the 3rd time this game has been at an E3, and typically when that happens, it's bad news bears. It really is.
It means we're waiting.
So Daemon X Machina has been obviously this big hype mech game that they've been working on.
Just looks nuts.
It looks ridiculous. It looks like mech fun. I'm down to try it. It's coming out September 13th.
What I wrote down was like the way the combat looks to me is like 2 things. Armored Core and like the kind of crazy fast-paced fighting. Actually, it's way more action-based than, say, like Armored Core, but it feels that way. But it reminded really of, like, if I was to imagine Gurren Lagann the game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Gurren Lagann the game, that's what this feels like. Cheesy, way over the top, and the mech fighting is absurd.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. Unfortunately, no Yoko, but I apologize, guys. We'll get one, I'm sure.
The next one...
out of nowhere! I forgot what was next. Out of freaking nowhere!
And I remember seeing the dragon's head come into screen, and I was like, oh, that kind of looks like the dragon from... Oh, shit! So, we're getting a new Panzer Dragoon game on Switch! Like, brand new. It's not a remaster,
it's brand new.
It's Panzer Dragoon! Like, it's amazing!
That was so strange, coming out of nowhere. And I haven't played so I played Orda briefly when it first came out on the original Xbox. Never owned an original Xbox. I never got to finish it or play a lot of it. I played it at like a friend's house. But I hadn't played really one since like Panzer Dragoon on the Saturn. And I didn't even get to play Saga.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, they're so much fun. If you don't know what they are, they're like Sin and Punishment, they're like Star Fox. They're really clutch, fun, and they're like almost like RPG styled approaches to them. Oh, they're so much fun, and they have a really great style. So seeing that out of nowhere, and if you don't know, by the way, for a while, Panzer Dragoon Saga was like a legend for being one of the greatest, if not the greatest game on the Saturn, alongside, say, like Shining Force 3.
Yeah.
And because it came at the end of the Saturn, it was so expensive that it was about $150 to $200 a disc on a 4-disc game.
Yeah.
It was legendarily expensive. But that's how much people wanted it.
So, winter 2019, we're getting a brand new Panzer Dragoon game.
Yes.
That's fucking amazing.
Next thing. On this next checkbox, I actually want to give a huge props to Nintendo about this. So they brought up Sword and Shield. They just did a Pokemon Direct last week. Thank you for just saying, by the way, we have some stuff on the game floor. Here's a quick snippet for people who maybe didn't see the Pokemon Direct. Next.
Boom.
Thank you.
Sword and Shield,
for not
November
just,
15th.
How many times did we say on some of the other conferences, we've seen this before, and you're not showing anything new. You're just reiterating something that we already know is coming with nothing new. Thank you for just, here it is, go. I actually probably have spent more time talking about it now than they did.
For those of you who didn't watch that Direct, it looks great. We're going to hope it's great.
Just go watch the Pokemon Direct. Simple as that.
Or, Tom texted me, they did a Treehouse for it. Go watch the Treehouse video.
I'll probably check it out too. Because I want to see how the Dynamax works out.
Next, I always get hyped for this company.
Just the logo. The second we see that logo, I'm like, yes, yes!
The brand new Platinum game that was shown last year, Astral Chain, got another new trailer. It looks completely ridiculous. The combat looks insane. The visuals are ridiculous. It's Platinum. It's Platinum at its finest.
Dude, so it's so funny. I will eat some of my words. In the Bethesda conference, I was like, remember I made the comments like, I just don't understand fanboyism or whatever. I mean, I will shit on Platinum and they screw up like Star Fox, and Anarchy Reigns is a bit of a miss as well.
Yeah.
But it is a company, it's kind of like Atlas. I know what I'm getting myself into, and the fact that I know means I have no clue what they're about to give me. It's the weirdest relationship ever, but they make some of the weirdest, craziest, coolest, unique stuff ever. And it's always action-packed and insane. If you don't know who they are, for some reason, the guys behind Bayonetta, the guys behind Vanquish, there's some great titles. This looks like...
amazing.
It looks... Take, like, the blade system from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and, like, the monster catching system, say, from, like, Ni no Kuni. Merge those two things together, and then throw it in a world where you fight like Bayonetta.
Speaking of Ni no Kuni, we forgot to mention that little indie showcase they had, where they showed all the...
We're not there yet. That's that list.
Were you really writing them down?
I wrote them all down. I got them all. I got them all.
Yeah,
I got them all.
Yeah, so Astral Chain, it looks cool. I'm really excited to play it.
I'm really excited to try it.
And it comes out soon. It comes out in 2 months.
They did such a good job here.
Like, the thing is, they got people hyped about the games because they're all coming out so soon, except for this one at the bottom.
Well, but even
we'll get to that.
Even then, though, like, it's not even a matter of, like, everything's coming out this year. It's just there's so much coming out this year that they're releasing that the stuff that you're having to wait for, you know there's so much in between to fill you. It's just, that's what they did right.
Oh, my...
That is
okay,
such a good job.
Let's keep going. So, actually, this next thing I'm actually really interested on.
They showed almost nothing.
Yeah. So, Empire of Sin. It looks like a overhead twin stick mob shooter.
Yeah, that's what I put. Twin stick 1930s inspired shooter. So, by the way, when we take these notes, for anybody who cares, Randy and I don't really talk much during the conference. Like, we might react.
No, we want to watch and like.
But we write our own notes separate from each other, and we purposely keep the conversations to ourselves.
Yeah.
So I just found it funny that we wrote.
Unless we shit ourselves over.
We wrote like almost identical things, but we don't know how each other feels for the whole part until we come in here, which is fun.
Yeah.
So
I grew up on mob movies. I grew up on, the really cliched ones, The Godfather, fucking Goodfellas, all that. I grew up on all that.
Yeah.
All my cousins were super into it. My cousins that live like 12 feet that way. I love mob stuff.
I love the style, yeah.
I think I'll try it just for that.
If anything, too, I'm just curious.
I also haven't played a good twin stick shooter in a while. So
it might not be that at all. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
But that's what it looked like. They didn't show like pretty much anything. So we can't talk about too much. The next thing they talked about or brought up was Marvel Ultimate Alliance. The thing is, there's not much more to say. We've known it's coming.
It's a Marvel ARPG.
It looks cool. It looks great.
We're gonna hope it's better than the second one.
It's one of those. This is one of those weird things where it's like, I think it looks really cool. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah,
but I think it looks cool.
I'm happy for the people who like it.
Yeah, I'm excited for the people who want it.
July 19th, next month.
There's another one. And then another one Friday. This Friday the 13th.
Cadence, Jack, be happy. Cadence of Hyrule comes out on Friday.
Jack, I love you. I just want to get that out there.
Oh my god.
You know what's upsetting?
What?
You know when you're dumb? When you're stupid.
Nope.
But secondly, it's mostly when you do something like that and your first reaction isn't, ha ha, that was genuine and funny. It's, I'm gonna have to fix that audio later. But that comes out Friday, sorry. This upcoming Friday.
It fucking, like, fucking games.
Wow.
Like, Jesus Christ.
So then we had one, I'm not a particular fan of, but whatever, people love it. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games 2020.
I said it during the conference. I really liked the first one on Wii in 2006. Everyone after that, it hit the annual trend.
So I did right, by the way. I was like, this, for one, it's online multiplayer, which is cool.
Yep.
And two, though, I had put, this looks like it's finally adding a ton of new events. Like, it looks way more engaging than the previous entries do. And that's probably for the best that they took some time.
And the thing is,
to
if
work
it's
on
a
this
fun
one.
party game, I'll probably get it.
It could be a goofy fun party game.
Like,
yeah.
Why not? So, November 2019, it's coming out.
Yep.
We're going to hope it's good. And then we finally got our first glimpse into the much now infamous for like the past 3 or 4 directs, Animal Crossing. It's called Animal Crossing New Horizons.
First off,
I think it's camping. I think you're camping?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
So first off, it looks gorgeous.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It looks absolutely
Nintendo,
gorgeous.
while may not have the most powerful consoles for these super realistic graphics, Nintendo knows how to use an aesthetic.
They always use color in really creative ways, and this one is one of them. So you start off in a tent.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. So I wrote, first thing, I put, start off in a tent, looks gorgeous, start off in a tent. How does Tom Nook fuck you in this one? And sure as shit, at the end of the trailer, he shows up. He's like, oh, I gotta pay for your airfare, your land here, the tent, that'll be 50,000 bells.
Blow me.
Fuck you! I hate you, Tom Nook.
But it looks like either a deserted island or a camping trip.
They didn't show much. They just showed, your camping, looks like. I actually really like the fact that it starts you off so basic where you're like gathering materials to make a campfire. And then you're gathering materials to like get the little soup stand and then like a bedroll. Yeah. You know, like this starts you off really basic. And they never show like civilization really. They show like the inside of a house at one point. But I'm really curious to see if this goes a really cool approach where like it really starts you bare bones. Yeah. That could be a lot of fun.
So
a nice little take on that franchise.
Unfortunately, probably for the better, they did have to delay it. It was going to come out this year, 2019.
Yeah. But it said what? They said Q1 2020 or like early 2020?
It's March 20th. March 20th, 2020. So it's right at the end of the first quarter of 2020. You know what? Cool. As long as you make the game better.
Yeah, do what you got to do.
Perfect. And then we had a crazy indie showcase.
So this was one of those where like, so the trend of this, by the way, the whole show, they had the start, the very, very start, they came out, what's his face introduced himself, he's the current president. Bowser. No, he's the other guy's the current president too of Nintendo in general, right?
No, he's the he's the Switch guy. He like does all the.
That's right. And then so he introduced Doug Bowser as the new president because I think this is his first E3 as president of Nintendo of America.
It's his first.
There was a funny little Bowser skit that genuinely made me actually feel bad for Bowser because like he was like, I'm gonna introduce to you Bowser, and Bowser comes out, and they're like, nah, dude, like, who are you? Get out of here. And to the point where, like, even when he, like, goes to walk off stage, like, nope. Bowser walks off stage, like, all depressed. They're like, hey, wrong side, fucking dumbass. Like, he looks so depressed. Like, you made me feel bad for Bowser. Fucking A. But that was it. They had like a couple of minutes and then just wham, 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 nonstop, nonstop, to the point where I was rushing notes. This is one of them. So they went over this in about probably, I'm going to say maybe 8 seconds per game, 8 to 10 seconds per game. Oh yeah,
if that.
So these are the things that are coming. I don't have all the release dates, I apologize, but here's the things that are coming for the Switch.
And most of this is this year. Amazing.
And most of this is this year coming out. So we have Spyro HD Collection coming out, the Hollow Knight expansion or DLC coming out, Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch, which is fucking weird. I was expecting it to be the sequel. But, oh wait, no. What's the name of the sequel? Yeah, Wrath of the White Witch is the first one.
Yeah.
So the original...
Revenant Kingdom is the second
Revenant Kingdom, thank you. Minecraft Dungeons, Elder Scrolls Blades, My Friend Pedro, which looks so funny, Doom Eternal, Sinking City, Wolfenstein Youngblood, Dead by Daylight, Alien Isolation, The Crystal Chronicles Remaster, Dragon Quest Builders, The Stranger Things game, Just Dance, Settlers of Catan, The New Super Lucky Tale, Dauntless, and Mario Maker 2. Showed all of that in the span of like 2 minutes. It was just whap, whap, whap,
video games.
Holy shit. And some of these are really great. Like, just to point out a couple. Spyro HD Collection is fucking awesome.
It's amazing.
Hollow Knight's fantastic. Wrath of the White Witch is fucking amazing. One of the greatest JRPGs probably ever made. The Settlers of Catan game I'm just interested in.
Because I like
New Super Lucky's Tale. I wish I was more excited for it. And the only reason I'm not is because it got debated as a Conquer game for so many people. And it's not. That's the only reason I'm sure it'll be fine, though. Alien Isolation and Dauntless, which has been a lot of fun. We've been playing it recently. And then Mario Maker 2. We all know how good that's going to be.
Yes. So.
Then we got to the end.
I don't know how to quite. Okay.
We were expecting. So by this point, what had actually happened was they revealed Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
As the final Smash character that they were announcing. That was the end for me. And I was telling Randy, I was like, I'm looking forward to one thing. That game was, I was hoping to see something on Metroid Prime 4. That didn't happen. and I was okay with it because we got so much
Other
anyway.
shit.
It was so packed.
Much.
So it's like,
keep in
I'm cool
mind,
with that.
there was so much we were already so excited about, and then they dropped this on us.
Keep in mind, before this, already probably my favorite show. Already my favorite show before this final piece.
What?
So then
my God.
So they open a trailer. I'm gonna paint a scene for you. Van Gogh that shit with my toes. We're gonna paint a scene. And it's literally delving deep into the dungeons. It's kind of this really music that's almost Twilight Princess inspired. Chanting and this cool swirl and this creepy looking skeleton thing dying in the middle. And then you see Link and Zelda walking a fucking yak like to a water hole in this thing, and then you see the fucking magic's going ape shit, and then the corpse is all like crack your neck, and all this time it's really creepy music. It's weird, it's ominous. Link and Zelda, when they're together, like shit's just going wrong, like the bridge is fucking breaking, it's all underground. And then wham, they cut to the screen and they announce what it is. It's not a DLC.
It's a complete sequel to Breath of the Wild in development. My jaw dropped, his jaw dropped, and Tanya's, we were all staring at the TV like this.
We all look stupid. We're like, then fucking Tanya was right. Like, she's like, I got chills. Like, I had full goosebumps. I was so in it, and the theme they're going for in this trailer is really strange. It's like really dark and creepy as all
dude.
hell.
And how long did it take us to already start speculating? The trailer hadn't been done for like seconds.
Like literally instantly, we watch it, start, boom. Who is that guy? Who's the corpse? We went through. I had written down before we finally figured out who it was. I was like, well, it can't be Demise, because Demise would be like way more war, powerful, whatever. I was like, maybe it's like Girahim or something, because Skyward Sword is the first in the line. That could be cool, because it's like a slender looking form. Yeah. But then I had noticed, I was looking for all the pieces, the jewelry, and we noticed the amulet. I was like, there's something with the medallion, so look it up. And we were thinking, okay, maybe it's Ganondorf, because the symbol looked like the Gerudo symbol.
Yeah.
And sure, we look up the Gerudo symbol. It's the Gerudo symbol on the medallion. So more than likely, I don't want to throw this out as like as a guarantee, but the long red hair and everything, this is more than likely Ganondorf, which is awesome to me. As much as I would have loved a new character, I would have loved one. At the same time, I made this to Randy. Every single game that has Ganondorf, I just find Ganondorf so much more interesting than Ganon. Except maybe for like Ocarina of Time, because they coexist, or Twilight Princess, because they kind of coexist.
Yeah.
But I just find Ganondorf to be such a more interesting character. And Calamity Ganon at the end of Breath of the Wild, unfortunately, is a massive letdown, both kind of story-wise, mechanic-wise, all of it. But I don't remember. We did a Game of the Year for 2017. I don't remember if Breath of the Wild was my Game of the Year.
No, your game.
It was like third or something.
Your game. What was your Game of the Year?
Horizon.
There we go.
Horizon Zero Dawn. But Breath of the Wild was like third or second or something.
Second was Hat in Time.
But that's right. But the more I've played it, the more I adore Breath of the Wild. When the DLC started coming out and everything, it is so good. I still like Horizon more, but like it's so good. So, but this though, out of nowhere, first off, when was this? How has this not been leaked?
At all? Like at all?
Someone at Nintendo would have been like, dude, I'm gonna get so many fucking Reddit upvotes for this, and they didn't leak it. By the way, thank you, brother, because you're a cool guy. If you knew what this was and you didn't leak it, you were an actual Zelda fan because you knew how we were all gonna feel. But wow, is there anything else? Oh, so the fact too that they show Link and Zelda, they're like hand in hand almost. Like they're always in every shot is them together.
Yeah, and Zelda's got shorter hair now. Baby girl's looking good.
Please. This is a complete fanboyism, I know. I would love her to be more playable or interactive and engaging in some way in the story.
I don't want whoever this is to get revived and her instantly get kidnapped.
Yeah. Well, what I liked about Breath of the Wild, to give them credit, is that she wasn't kidnapped. She was like
just keeping him.
She was doing her thing. It was kind of like maybe to a different extent. It was more like Skyward Sword, where like actually, well, Skyward Sword, Zelda's the actual hero. You're just fucking behind.
Yeah,
you're always late. That's what it is. But I would love to see her like more involved in this, especially considering the Champion's Ballads. That's the name of the last DLC.
Yeah.
that DLC has a lot with her involved as far as like story wise, and they really painted this Zelda to be a really cool character.
Yeah.
I am excited. When will this be? Probably like 2021, 2022, to be honest. But what a fucking drop.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm like it's like it's like watching the video all over again.
Yeah. It was incredible. It was, it was a great way to end it. And this is
like the icing was already on the cake. We already put the sprinkles on. We already put the cherry on. And then you bring out a second cake.
Seriously. We were already both so happy. We were like, this is the best show. This is the best show.
The thing is, it's just constant push to have games come out so soon and minimal amounts of talking, explaining when you need to explain, new releases, new trailers. Nintendo did it all correctly.
Like the 40-minute mark was perfect. Sub hour was I was expecting an hour. An hour would have been fine. Even if there was more talking, I probably would have been better. But they just went so fast, like whap, 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 nonstop, rapid fucking fire, man. It was so good.
So
we didn't have time to talk.
No.
We didn't have time to bounce our opinions off each other.
It wasn't like Bethesda where like the whole time we were basically just
like,
talking.
hey, can you get past Fallout 76 for the third time this one conference? Like, holy shit.
So, unfortunately, we have to stop talking about it. It's very depressing. It was such a good conference, man. I might go back and skim through it to see if there like some of the release dates and some of the games I missed, but
yeah.
Wow. So, what did you grade the Nintendo conference?
I graded Nintendo conference. I gave it a whopping, holy fuck balls, that's a Breath of the Wild sequel out of 5. Oh my god, it's so exciting! They never do Zelda sequels, ever.
The only games that
Zelda 2.
Yep. The 2 Wind Waker sequels.
Yeah, that's right. Spirit Tracks is a successor to Phantom Hourglass.
Yeah. And I guess if you want to count A Link Between Worlds, but they've already said it's not.
No, but
really
it's not
a sequel.
really.
It's
it just takes place in the same world.
Yeah,
that's all it is. And Majora's Mask is a sidebar sequel to the young Link of Ocarina. It's convoluted, but this is a direct like Breath of the Wild just happened. Next,
yeah,
that hasn't happened since Zelda 2.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, wow. So
in all seriousness, though, I gave it an A.
I gave it an A+.
The only thing that I think would have given me an A++, like A+, is if we saw Metroid or something more on this Zelda, or had like another big new maybe IP reveal, something like that. Like this isn't a perfect conference necessarily. Like it could have still been slightly better. Very little. I just don't want to claim A+ to me is like perfection. This isn't perfection, but it's fucking close. I'm also just stingy with 10 out of 10s, to be honest.
If history forgets this game, fuck history. 9 out of 10.
Oh my god, Jim Sterling, that was so funny with Nier Automata. That was funny.
And with that, we've brought...
That's the end. That's our last E3 press conference.
We literally got done
discussion.
watching it about an hour 45 minutes ago.
Yeah.
This is the only one I'm not going to crumble up.
We still have yours from last night.
Do we really?
Yeah, I forgot to throw it away.
All right, Chaz. What did you rate?
Which one was that one for? Ubisoft? No, Square Enix.
What? No, this one's the Ubisoft one. What did you rate Ubisoft?
They gave it a B-.
You gave it a C. I gave it a C-.
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Sounds good to me.
So,
I gave it an A.
I hope you didn't.
Yeah. There's Watch Dogs. That's an A. Anyway, thank you guys. If you've watched the videos, thanks.
Keep a lookout for a post E3 discussion video where we're gonna go over the E3 stuff, how E3 was this year, and what we think the future of E3 should or should not be.
And probably our best and worst of the show.
Yeah.
Fallout 76 is the worst.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for watching. We hope you're just as excited. Fucking hit the buttons and likes in the Twitch, Discord, Twitter.
Banjo-Kazooie's and Smash.
Bye.